Good morning. Wake up. Everyone wake up. Bitcoin, having another day. We're really doing nothing, guys. I'm at 36,700. Will we get some price action this morning? That is what I'm hoping for. I hope everyone's having a fantastic morning. I know that I am. What's going on, everyone? I hope you guys all got your coffee. I actually got Speedway coffee today. You guys know I used to be a big sweet Speedway fan, but that's what we're rocking with today. So let's see what Bitcoin does. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys also hit that like button if you guys are new to the channel, as it blocks my face. There we go. Subscribe and like the video if you guys are new to the channel. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing today, though. Let's see. Someone said, "Damn it, Dale." Dale's bearish right now, so that's usually a bad sign. I also think that Bitcoin could, keyword is could, maybe get a little bit of a dumpage today. We're actually seeing, we know Facebook got a massive dip yesterday and after hours. And we're also seeing the stock market coming down. We're seeing after a nice bounce to the upside, we're also seeing the NASDAQ come down. And we're also seeing the S&P also coming down today. So they got a little bit of a dead cat bounce, as you would call it. But will this pull back Bitcoin, right? We know that they are very correlated, the stock market and Bitcoin. Will it actually pull it back? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. VGH said, "Stop the stream. I'm getting out of my car and need to make coffee." VGH, it's okay, man. Put it on your phone, bro. Put it on your phone. But will Bitcoin dump today? Listen. Here's what I'm watching here for BTC, right? We are sort of stair-stepping our way down in the hourly time frame here. We're just kind of stair-stepping. You guys can see we had previous support, came back up, flipped it as resistance, right? And then we have previous support, came back up, flipped it as resistance. Will we continue that trend of stair-stepping down, at least on the hourly time frame? That is the key. Now, we've been saying, guys, like, we can't get too confident until Bitcoin breaks back above a couple key levels. And obviously the most important one is 40,500, right? Obviously that's the key level that we have to watch here. But ultimately, right, we got rejected again. And the most important trend line, and not even a trend line, the most important level that I'll continue to watch here for Bitcoin is the 104-hour EMA. Until we get back above that, okay, it's just the continued same, right? We got rejected on it right here, right? We got rejected on it in January twice. And we continue up. We actually slightly got above it back here in December, but we just dumped below it, right? We continue up. We got rejected on it on this move right here. And then really, I mean, you guys can see back when we were bullish. You guys remember the times when we were bullish? Holy moly, that seems like so long ago. I remember the times that we were bullish. I remember when we all used to stay up all night and say,
"We're going to 100K tomorrow."
Right? But it hasn't been that way. But you guys can look back when we were bullish. We actually stayed above this. We actually used it as support. But now it's just been resistance, all the way back down into the crypto abyss. Right? Continuously to the crypto abyss. So that's the most important level. When we came up and tested that and we just couldn't break back above it after try, it looked like it was more likely for us to come back down to the downside. Okay? But, let's see what happens, right? I think, let's see if Bitcoin can get a little bit of a move here. I mean, that's ultimately what we're waiting for here. I mean, we're waiting for Bitcoin to make some type of good stuff. I want to hear Little Jimmy. VCH, I need help to find Little Jimmy. I need someone, okay? I need someone out there to help me find Little Jimmy because I cannot find Little Jimmy for the life of me, okay? He's gone. I only have... I'm not going to make that joke this morning. It's too early for those type of jokes, guys. Way too early. I got to at least finish this before I make those type of jokes. Good morning, Jake. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. It's always good to see Jake in here. By the way, guys, if you guys are wondering, why is the chat members only? Mornings will be members only. Just so I could, it's easier for me to interact and I can answer questions for the members. And quite honestly, I think they deserve it, right? I think they deserve it. It is something that a couple ideas that came up to me, and we'll be implementing them shortly. So, all right, Bitcoin's trying to make its move back up. Can we get a move back up to 100K now?
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
Right? Just like that. Let's see if we can get a move here. I don't know if I trust this move, obviously. We'll see. I mean, it looks like the stock market's actually bouncing back too a little bit here. We got a little bit of a dip back down, but looks like it's turning back into a green candle there on the 4-hour. Looks like Bitcoin's just following the stock market, man. I mean, that's what we see consistently, just following the stock market here in the short-term time frames. At the end of the day, I mean, that's really what it comes down to at the moment. But yeah, man, let's go to the real quick. Let's go to the daily. What I'll say about the 4-hour. 4-hour stocks bottomed out. I would have liked to see some bullish divergence here to be a little bit more confident here in the 4-hour, but to be honest, guys, I mean, I'm not paying too much attention to the short-term time frames. Bitcoin's going to do what it wants to do, how it wants to do it, when it wants to do it. TA is going to help you a little bit, but at the end of the day, when Bitcoin wants to reverse back to the upside, it will. How many times do we look like Bitcoin's going back down to the deep depths of the crypto abyss, and then it just reverses back to the upside? I mean, we've seen this consistently. I mean, when Bitcoin wants to do it, it will do it, okay? When Bitcoin wants to do it, it will do it. Just like it did back here in July, massive pump to the upside. Just like it did back here in September, massive pump to the upside, okay? Every time we get those doom and gloom calls, at some point, it doesn't have to be now. I still think Bitcoin could go lower. I've been telling you guys this. I still think Bitcoin probably come back down and test this region at some point, the 29 to 31K region. But at some point, Bitcoin's going to say, screw all you. I am going back up to the upside. Right? Screw you, screw you, screw you. I'm gonna maybe dump a little bit more, but then I'm going back up to the upside at some point. Okay? At some point, it's gonna hit that equilibrium. Okay? And then go from there. Sapphire wants you to check the monthly stock RSI. I got you. We also had Jason Mercer became a member. What's going on, Jason? I appreciate you, my friend. You're someone that's always in here too, so thank you for becoming a member, my man. Sapphire wants you to check the monthly stock RSI. We can definitely do that. I know that is bottomed out. But one more thing before we go to that, guys. What I'm watching here in the daily close is if Bitcoin does have a dump today, are we going to close back above the daily RSI resistance? I mean, that's what we've been watching, right? We've got a consistent downtrend on this. We talked about this last night when Bitcoin had a little bit of a red day yesterday, is will Bitcoin hold up here, right? Will Bitcoin confirm this as support and then continue back up? The problem is if we come back below, this is going to completely nullify the thesis that us breaking this, it will confirm an uptrend like it has in the past, right? We know we look at the last 2 times we've done something like this, and we've gotten massive pumps from there. The problem is if we have a red day today, it's probably going to nullify that. So could be an interesting close tonight. It could be on the wire today, especially if we kind of just go sideways, which makes sense. Right? I mean, we've done that consistently almost every single day. What else we got? Let me actually go to the monthly here for Sapphire real quick. I actually have it up on this. Monthly stock is bottomed out. Now, what I will say about that, and I know it's excited to look at it and go, all right, stock RSI is bottomed out. That must mean that momentum is bottomed out and we have to continue up here shortly. But what I will say is it was the same exact thing back here in March of 2018. You can see back here. I don't mean to crush everyone's hopes and be like, all right, Jordan's just a bear, right? I mean, he's gonna use it as bear momentum here, right? No, if you look back here, right, if we're just being realistic, you look back here, back in March of 2018, right? And we look right here, right? You guys can see that the stock RSI on the monthly also bottomed out, right? Also bottomed out right around that same point. Right around that same point. Let me actually zoom in here so you guys can see a little better. Right there, March of 2018, we bottomed out. Stock RSI also bottomed out. What happened? Well, we went sideways for a few months, but then we ultimately went a little bit lower. Does it have to happen the same way? No, but I think what this shows us is just because the stock RSI is bottomed out now, right? Now that we're seeing this getting close to bottomed out at this point, does not mean that the bottom is in just for that indicator. Now, when we take into effect multiple different weekly indicators, that might show us something a little bit different, right? That might show us that maybe a bottom could be closer. And this, you could use this as, maybe a short-term indicator to say that, maybe we're ready for some type of at least short-term bounce to the upside. But I don't know if you can necessarily say that yet. But when you look at everything else, when you look at the weekly stock RSI being bottomed out, when you look at say, you know, this is not confirmed yet, but the last time that the MACD, you guys know I love the MACD. I always crap on the MACD. When you look at the last time the weekly MACD also did the same thing back over here, right? Right here, let me just pull up a line, my vertical line. Right here, when we started to build some momentum on the MACD back to it, right? That did show that, you know, we weren't at a bottom, but we were close to a bottom. And it was the same, it's kind of the same thing we're looking at now is, you know, we're starting to build some momentum back to the upside. Obviously, it's not confirmed, right? We're starting to build a red candle already this week, and we still got a long week to go. We still got today, we still got Friday, we still got Saturday, we still got Sunday. But are we going to build some type of short-term momentum with the stock being bottomed out, with us being at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, right? There's a lot of long-term, you could say, indicators that are 100% accurate. But, you know, listen. My point with this is, and I've been continuing this thesis, is I do think we're close to a bottom, but I think we could still go lower. And my gut tells me that we're still going to the 30 to 31K range, okay? The 29 to 31K range. My gut is still telling me that. At some point, we will reach down there. Whether Bitcoin does, you know, something like this, where, you know, we do get a little bit of a bounce back up, right? And ultimately, but we can't reclaim levels, and then we come back down. Or if Bitcoin just, you know, decides to keep doing its little da-dunk, right? And ultimately comes back down to the 29 to 31K range, right? We know that Bitcoin loves to do a little da-dunk. It just does the same thing over and over again, right? We've talked about this. You know, whatever way happens, I do think we come and test this range again. A lot of people don't think so. But so far, this is just looking like what we've done in the past, right? I mean, we get a rally back up, we dump. We get a rally back up, we dump. We get a rally back up, we dump. We get a rally back up. It's not confirmed yet, and I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we do get a reversal at this point. But right now, I mean, I would say that's the most likely scenario in my opinion too, right? It is back down to that range at the very, very least. At the very, very least. Especially because now we've seen the stock market get that bounce, right? So the issue is, now that the stock market got that bounce after a big, big fall, right? We know nothing retraces, or nothing goes in one direction. So if we look at, you know, say the stock market Fibonacci's, right? You can see that actually the stock market actually retraced perfectly to the golden pocket zone. And we know the most commonly retraced to Fibonacci levels are the 0.618 and the 0.786. Right? So the issue is, now that the stock market did get that retracement, is it going to be ready to come back down? And that's sort of where the issue lies, because if it's ready to come back down, that would obviously, right? I mean, you can't even deny the fact that would also bring back down Bitcoin as well. You can't ignore that fact. So that's the one issue, not the one issue, but that's one of the issues that I'm sort of facing here is, does the stock market, does at least the S&P, the NASDAQ, have a little bit more momentum back to the upside, or are we going to see continued downside on these after you got that golden pocket retracement and see Bitcoin follow it, right? That's sort of in a nutshell what we're looking at here too. Drew said he agrees. He said the 800 EMA on the daily is at that level. Makes a lot of sense, man. That makes a lot of freaking sense. Let's see. Keith said the RSIs often get retested. They can, right? They can. Actually, in the last two daily RSI breakouts, we actually didn't get that RSI retest. We actually just kind of mooned to the upside. And that's why this time, every time is different, right? Bitcoin likes to do different things. It's never... what's interesting is Bitcoin used to do the same patterns over and over and over again. I guess it's doing it now just to the downside. It is doing the same patterns just on the shorter term time frames. Bitcoin used to love being... What I'd say is Bitcoin is predictable just to the opposite direction of people. What people want it to right now, right? It's just the downside action at the moment, guys. Have you ever guys had one of these before? You ever had one of these before? These things are legit, bro. And I usually like the chocolate one, but they're actually out of the chocolate one. They only have the vanilla one, and this one is, you know, This one's pretty good too, but the chocolate one's way better. I'm a chocolate fiend, an absolute chocolate fiend. I can eat chocolate like no one other. But they got the vanilla one today. This one's legit. It actually tastes like, I mean, it's healthy for you, but it actually tastes like chocolate milk. Jay Cricket said, yeah, screw the old schedule. Screw the old schedule. What are you talking about, the schedule here? And those nose hairs. Nose hairs? What are we talking about here? Clint, what are we talking about, bro? Hold on. Nose hairs? I don't got no nose hairs, Clint. Come on now. You guys are always starting some type of new, what is it? What's it called? Some new rumor about me, man. Always starting some. First it was my ears being low. Then it was, what else was it after that? It was my hairline going down. But you know, that's sort of the way we're looking at this. Hold on, let me take a sip of this. That stuff's really good. Really freaking good. Zero nose hairs. There's zero nose hairs, man. Come on now. Come on now. They're actually, I mean, there might be some nose hairs up there, but they're not visible, right? You got to keep them invisible. Everyone has nose hairs. Come on now. Clint said, my bad. I was looking in the mirror. You're good. Oh, God. Clint, come on now. It's too early for you, man. Too early for you to be getting a little buzzed here. Getting a little buzzed. All right, what else we got? Total. I mean, listen, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer here, guys. Total market cap, I mean, it's just a stair step down into the deep depths of the crypto abyss, right? I mean, listen, man. Down, back up, test support. 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 It's just the same thing over and over and over again. And right now, I'm not seeing any signs of reversal at this point, right? I mean, at least here, right? I mean, we came up, got rejected, and now we're starting to build that momentum back to the downside. And listen, I will be honest with you guys. Every single time we came up and tested the previous support, we've had a pretty gnarly drop, right? Maybe it didn't happen right away, but we had a pretty gnarly drop. Gnarly drop here, and you know, we're waiting to see if we get that gnarly drop here as well, right? That's what we're waiting for. We actually had Dale with the super chat. He said she's gonna dump folks. I just saw that now, Dale. But yeah, dude. I mean, listen. That's the how should I say this? That's kind of the theme of the day. That's the theme of the day, guys. We usually say no biggie, just buy the dip. That's a huge Elliott wave down. I guess, man. Mr. Hart said, how many more times is Bitcoin going to do the same thing? The pattern has to break at some point. I agree. I mean, I am honestly sharked. I said I'm honestly sharked. I'm honestly sharked. I don't even know what that means. I guess I'm going to eat my coffee here. I'm honestly sharked. I'm going to use that. I kind of like that saying. That Bitcoin keeps doing the same thing. I mean, it's almost predictable at this point, and you would at some point have to say that it's not going to be predictable. And maybe a little bit of a of a sign could be that I am actually, and you guys might be a little bit mad at me about this. I'm actually thinking, listen, you guys know it's against my morals to sharked. Listen, it's against my morals to short Bitcoin. Okay, it is. Make sure you guys hit up that like button, by the way, guys. It's against my morals to short Bitcoin, but what I will say is, it's almost, and this might be bullish, guys. This might be bullish. It seems like it's almost too easy to short Bitcoin at this point. Okay, and I guess you can make the argument that when Bitcoin is bullish, it's too easy to long it. So just because it's too easy to long it doesn't mean it can't keep going up. So you could also think about it that way. but it seems almost too easy to short these little pumps that Bitcoin's having right now, and any crypto is having right now, right? It seems almost easy. You just short when you back test the previous support. You short when you back test the previous support. You short when you back test the previous support. You short when you back test the previous support. It seems almost too easy and too predictable at this point, and it makes me just want to do it. And that could be a bottom signal, right? I mean, listen, I'm not going to call a bottom here. I'm just making a point. That could be some type of bottom signal that even I just want to short these pumps. Okay, I was saying this yesterday. It's like it's like free money at this point. And when you think something is free money, it's usually when it becomes not free money, right? Because everyone gets the same idea that, oh, I can't trust this Bitcoin pump. I'm just going to short it every single time. I guess it kind of becomes, how long can that go on, right? And that's definitely a good point, Mr. Hart. How long can it be obvious that you just short the Bitcoin pumps, right? Exactly, VZH. Until it makes sense. And you guys know me, like I don't short Bitcoin, but the fact that I do want to short Bitcoin, I mean, you got to think that at some point it kind of changes the trend, man. At some point, I have a couple different charts to go over here. This is from Plan B, and you guys know Plan B is kind of a meme at this point on my channel, right? There's even a Plan C. Okay, there's even a Plan C that has came out. If you guys didn't know, but if you look here, right here. So Bitcoin realized cap, basically what this shows is the average price of the Bitcoin that was moved on chain, right? So the average price was basically what this gray line shows. And you guys know Plan B is a meme at this point. Listen, we're just going to look at this for what it is. What I think is interesting is here, I mean, this is currently at 24K. And that actually lines up with a fib level. I believe it's the 0.65 fib level on our bear market low to our bull market high, right? It matches up with that level perfectly. What's interesting here is when we do turn green, we usually come back down and test this, okay? And what happens is you either get a short-term bounce, and then you actually end up going below it temporarily. Now, is that going to happen again? Are we going to go back down to 24K and test this level? You know, listen. As I always say, previous results don't equal future results. But if we take it for what it is, certainly could be a possibility. So that's something I do want to touch on today. As Plan B memes are probably going to get passed around here. I need to come up with some Plan B meme, man. You know, we already got Vitalik clapping.
Happy and clappy. Vitalik is impressed. Vitalik clapping. Vitalik clapping.
The whales were using Plan Bs. Facts, man. Also, we got Bitcoin entity adjusted dormancy flow. So basically, what I look at this for is we are at the levels, and what I want to make a point, I want to make a point about this. This does not mean we're at the bottom. I think all these charts show, and I use on-chain to figure out when is a good time to accumulate. I don't use on-chain to find bottoms, okay? And I think right now, I've continuously said I think Bitcoin could go lower. But what I'm saying is, I think right now, if you're looking to accumulate for long term, I do think right now is a good time, right? At the price that we're currently at right now and below, I think is great time to accumulate both Bitcoin and altcoins. More so Bitcoin, because I think altcoins, if Bitcoin does go lower, I think altcoins could still really get hit pretty hard. As we know, if Bitcoin has a 10% drop, you could see altcoins go down 20+%, right? So take that for what you will, but at least for Bitcoin, I do think right now is a good time to accumulate, right? I mean, this hasn't been this low since 2018, and we're getting to levels that we've seen in the 2015 bear market, right? I'm not even going to count this one because this was way early in Bitcoin stages. But as far as dollar cost averaging and accumulating, I do think right now is a good time, right? Listen, I'm not I'm not going to say Bitcoin's at a bottom because I just don't have that gut feeling that Bitcoin's at a bottom right now. I just don't have that gut feeling, but I do think accumulating right now is a good time. I personally, I'm always honest with you guys, I personally haven't been buying that much at this current level. You guys know I've been telling you guys on Twitter and stuff, like, listen, man, I've been thinking if Bitcoin does come back up here, I've been sort of thinking, and does come back up to at least the 46K. I've been telling you guys I might move some of my crypto to stablecoins, right? For the simple fact that I wouldn't be confident on a move back up right now, right? Now, that could totally change. If we get some catalyst that pumps us up, right? I don't know what the catalyst could be. If we could get, the US being bullish on crypto, we get multiple states adopting Bitcoin, we get an ETF coming out, we get blah, 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 blah. We get some type of catalyst to the upside, that would certainly change my opinion. But Bitcoin just organically coming up here might not change my opinion. Now, I haven't really been accumulating in this range. I did down here, right? But in the last couple days, to the last probably the last week or so, I haven't really been accumulating at all, right? I'm either here's my thesis right now. I'm either waiting for a move back up to de-risk a little bit, or I am waiting for a move back down to buy, right? So right now is kind of like a no. Right now, to me, where we are right now, at least to me, right? This is to me. If you're a little bit more confident about short-term price action than I am, it's probably a good time to accumulate for long-term. But at least for me, this is a no. This is a do-nothing zone, right? This is a wait-and-see zone, at least for me. Listen, I got all my bags packed, right? I got my bags packed for any type of move that's coming, right? I got some stables on the side. I got $50 worth of stable coins on the side to buy the dip. And I'm still holding everything that I've ever bought, right? I haven't sold any crypto, guys. The only crypto that I sold was 10% of my Cardano when it was at like 270, something like that. But that's the only time that I've ever sold my crypto. So keep that in mind. But, right now, it to me is a little bit of a no, a do-nothing zone, a wait and watch zone. At least for me. Cody said, sit on your hands zone. Exactly. It's $50 of my stable coins that left. Because I've just been buying the dip, man. How many dips can you buy, guys? Like, how many dips can you buy? Like, let's be honest. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I bought the dips. Now, listen. A lot of people might get this misconstrued. The highest Bitcoin that I bought was, I think it was on this dip right here. Yeah, it was on this dip. I think I bought some right here around like 53K. I bought some around 46. I bought some around 40. And I think I bought some here around like 35, right? Listen, I've been buying the dips on the way down. That's just my strategy. I don't really care at the moment. But listen. Right here, I'm definitely waiting for another drop to pick some up with my $50 left of stable coins. I don't have any left. I got no money left. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Everyone just keeps saying buy the dip. How many times do I have to buy the dip? It's ridiculous. George, you gonna tell me to buy the dip again? How many dips should we buy? Like, the Doritos bag is empty. I don't have any more chips to buy the dip. The Dorito bag's empty. This is ridiculous. Oh, man. That's me every day. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Goes to show that maybe not buying the dip is maybe not buying every dip is the best. Only thing left is my car. We'll sell to buy more dip. You might have to at this point, man. You might have to. Prickly said I can't buy all the dips. I bought all the dips. I bought all the dips too. I'm with you guys. I bought all the damn dips. Anyways. Such a punchable... Jay Cricket said such a punchable face. Bob does have a pretty punchable face, right? Who has the most punchable face, guys? Me? Jabba? Bob? Bob does. Oh, Bob definitely does. BitBoy? I don't have George. I still gotta find George too. Oh, I'm still BitBoy, man. Who has the most punchable face? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Hold on, I gotta turn off my guy here. Carl the Moon. Is it just me? Like, listen, I'm not gonna hate on Carl, man. Listen, Carl's Carl. He's gonna do himself. I will just say, listen, Carl's Carl. I'm not gonna spread negativity, right? I mean, listen, the people that I talk to, okay, I have told my opinion on Carl, okay. Nothing against him, man. Listen, Carl's Carl. Carl's Carl. DJ said Carl. Oh man, that's too good. That's too good. Anyways, what else can we look at, guys? I can look at some stuff you guys want to look at, because listen, I mean, right now, I mean, Bitcoin, this has been, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the price action for the last, since January 24th. So we're talking about price action for the last 10 days, right? Price action for the last 10 days is the most boring price action that I have ever seen in my life. Like, for the past 10 days, guys, I have been so bored. I have been so bored for the last 10 days. I've been chilling. Listen, man. I mean, like we had this ascending triangle that was giving us like a little bit of, oh, yeah, Bitcoin could do something. What has Bitcoin done so far? It broke down. Now it's, I mean, it's only been one day. But so far, it's been going sideways. When you really look at it, from this aspect right here, I mean, Bitcoin's just going sideways between 35.8 and 38, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. It really has been brutal, man. For the past 10 days, it has been absolutely brutal. Let's see. I will say, do you guys notice that, here's the, here's the thing when I notice, do you, and this is fine, I guess for what it is, why is and I don't mean to sound like, I don't mean to call people out, but why is every crypto influencer on Twitter buying so many fake followers? And it makes it look so obvious. And it makes it look so disingenuous, okay? I see some of these channels, listen, I see some of these channels that they have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 600K followers on Twitter, okay? And these dudes are getting 100 likes on their Twitter posts. Dude, it just makes it look so disingenuous. It's so obvious, man. It's so obvious. It's one thing that bothers me. It's like, dude, are you really that desperate for some clout? Are you really that desperate for clout? Listen, having Twitter followers does not give you clout, bro. Having Twitter followers does not give you clout, okay? No one cares about your Twitter followers, okay? Your Twitter fingers, all right? No one cares about that crap, man. It's ridiculous.
Rant alert.
We need some social media that doesn't allow that crap, man, because it's so obvious and it's so fake, man. It pisses me off, bro. It really does. It really does. Disinfect the internet. I'm alive, D. What's going on, DJ? DJ's alive. DJ, I don't think you were here last night, man. I missed you. Cody said summer scam bots. Yeah, some 100,000 maybe, right? True, Keith. True. All right. Anyways, let's go back over here. That's what decentralization will do. That's what decentralization will do. Facts, man. I mean, hopefully that someday we can get some type of decentralization. I mean, at the end of the day, man, hopefully. All right. Are there any alts doing anything this morning? Hopefully. Sol's coming back down. I know people, there's been a lot of Solana, how should I say this? Solana kind of backlash. I guess I shouldn't use the word backlash. I think people on Solana are, people have been kind of bad-mouthing Solana a little bit. And Solana's coming down like 5% today. What I'll say about Solana, I mean, guys, it's what we've been talking about for the last couple of days with these altcoins. It's just they can't break their swing lows, right? They just can't do it. It's just, you look at any altcoin, they all have the same setup, right? They all have a previous swing low that they got rejected from, and they just can't break it, right? And that shows that there's a little bit of weakness in the market, right? I think we all kind of know that there's a little bit of weakness in the market, and the fact that we can't break these previous swing lows is I think just sort of a indication of where the market is at the moment, right? It's just right? It's like eating red Doritos, man. You eat a red Dorito, you're like You eat a purple Dorito, you're like right? No one wants the red Doritos, right? No one wants red Doritos, and that's sort of a good interpretation of the market right now. The market right now is a bunch of red Doritos. Okay, there's no juicy purple Doritos at the moment. So, we're probably. I mean, listen. I mean, just the way this looks right now, probably going to come a little bit lower. I'm not sold. Even Bitcoin right now. I mean, man, even Bitcoin can't really get that much momentum at the moment. So, I will say Solana's probably coming lower. And I know Solana already broke. Let me actually bring up our Fibonacci's here. Our Fibonacci's. Yeah, I mean, that's the 618 retracement as a back test. I mean, listen, I think Solana's coming back down to that 786, $71. Would sort of consistently say I'd probably see Solana coming to at least $71. At least, which is crazy, because a couple months ago we were looking at a $260 Solana, and if anyone, I mean, most people said that we'd see $71 this soon. It's been pretty crazy, but I do think that's coming, right? At the very, very least, I think that's coming, and you can honestly, if that breaks, I mean, the previous high at 57, I will be scooping up some longer-term positions on Solana between 71 and 57. That's ultimately the level that I'll be watching there for Solana, but, listen.
Rant alert.
As we're doing a rant alert right now. That'll be a good buy for long-term positions, right? But in the meantime, sitting on my hands. I'm sitting on my hands with Solana, man. But I think this would be a good time to accumulate in that range for longer-term holds. I mean, and that way, I mean, do something simple. We say if we did come down to 71, get back to all-time highs, looking at a 259% gain, whenever that happens, whether it's months, whether it's a long time after that. By the way, guys, do you like this like zoomed in view like this? Let me know in the chat. I want to do more like different angles and stuff like that. I actually bought a second camera so I can do 2 angles. You guys are like, we don't care about the angles. Listen. During these bad times, I like to take these like bad times and these boring times to do upgrades and stuff. Because that's what I did last summer. So let me know. Why? Now I'm wondering if my reversal by the end of May may be right. End of May, you said, VZH. Or end of January. Wow, VZH is getting bearish too now, man. Getting very, very bearish. Very, very bearish. You're clear when it's zoomed in a bit more? Nice. It's all about the angle. The crotch cam. You know what we should do? The pickle cam, right? So when I'm super bullish, right? When I'm super bullish, ba-boom, ba-boom. When I'm super bullish, I have a camera that's pointing right here. And when I'm bullish, it goes. My pants go. And that's how you know that Bitcoin's going up. The crotch cam. I love it, dude. I love it. Clint said angles. You look fine zoomed in though. Thank you, Clint. It's hard to focus on the chart. Of course it is, especially when I go like this. Especially when I'm thinking, man. What's going on, Easy 2017? They can become a member. We also had, who else was that? We had Mario Bastilos becoming a member. What's going on, man? I like your last name, Bastilos. Just sounds easy to say off the tongue. Easy to say off the tongue. It's weird though. It's more clear when it's zoomed in, and it's less clear when it's zoomed out. That makes no sense. That makes literally no sense. We're bullish. And that's real size too, by the way. Oh man, that's too good. That's too good. All right, what else do we got? If you're bearish, do you get kicked? Yes, Keith, you get kicked. You get kicked. What else is moving? I mean, is anything else really moving? Like anything at all? Mana just keeps going up and down. I mean, these metaverse projects are just super volatile, man. I mean, they usually, if you sort, they're usually one of the ones that either dumping the most or pumping the most. In reality, right? I mean, now here's the thing with Mana, right? Mana could actually have a bullish setup at the moment, and what I'll say about this is, let me actually go back to you guys don't like this one though. I know the other one. What I'll say about Mana real quick is this. So Mana came back down to a 786 retracement. Okay. What we were watching originally was a little bit of bearish divergence, and that bearish divergence is still there, right? We still have the higher highs on the daily and the lower highs on the price action, right? So we still have that bearish divergence we have to worry about here on the RSI. But what I will say is I do like how the bounce off the 786 got us back over the 618, and now we're looking to bounce off that golden pocket zone. So if that can continue, that could be a good sign for Mana, at least in the short term. We know back here, at least, right, back in October, this was sort of a move that came out of, I mean, realistically came from the Facebook news, but really came out of nowhere, right? It really came out of nowhere. Forever Young said, I'm not even looking at the charts. I'm just making eye contact with you the whole time. Oh, God. You're just making eye contact with me the whole time. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. No, but Mana, I don't know if that's awesome, actually. Makes you feel a little awkward. But anyways, what I'll say about Mana is this could get kind of juicy here relatively soon. If we can confirm this as support and break this, Mana might have a little bit of juice, right? I mean, and listen, obviously, most coins need a little bit of juice from Bitcoin to get the juice. But if this can break, right? I mean, this is a big if. If this can break, we at least could be looking at a relatively decent move here. Maybe at least up to the 0.5, right? Which would be about a 26% move up there if that can break. We're right at it right now. The question is Bitcoin going to dump today? If Bitcoin dumps today, we're going back down. Right back down to 175, right? 173, right around that range. But if Bitcoin can be even just sideways for a few more days, this might allow Mana to get a move back up here too. So Mana could have potentially a bullish setup there. Obviously we still have that bearish div. I mean, we got a red candle from it, but if we get a little more momentum, it might not play out. So that's something I'm watching there for Mana. With this pickle. Oh, man. What are you guys saying in here? Let's see what else we got. What else we got on BTC? BTC chilling. So here's the thing. Even when I stream in the morning, it seems Bitcoin doesn't want to do anything. All right? Even when I stream in the morning. What's the stock market doing? Stock market back in the red. Listen. You have what I'll say about this is you made a little bit of a gap here. So this will probably, at some point, this will probably make its way back up here, whether it's today or whatever. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a gap. And usually these get filled. So, listen, are we going to see a move? Are we going to see a move back up here to fill this? Okay, you're gonna most likely see it at some point. Are we going to have a move back down and then come back up, right? That's the question. So short term, we could see a little volatility with Bitcoin because of the good old S&P and the good old NASDAQ and the good old friends over at wherever else we look at. But this could be a little bit of short term volatility when it comes to that. Lupus, what's going on? Can you look at Project X nodes for me? I got one in mint date. So fun for me. Nodes are super high risk, Vegas style. Be careful, you know how I roll. Oh, God. I'm excited that you're going, Lupus. I am. I'm excited. I'm excited that everyone's going, to be honest. Should be a really, really good time. I'm looking forward to it. And it's coming up, right? Only 2 months away. I'm excited to hang out with a lot of you guys on, in person. Should be really fun, man. Should be really fun. Honestly haven't gone on a vacation, a week-long vacation since last summer, which I know isn't that long ago, but, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of freaking fun. But, we can look at, what is it, Project X nodes. Is this a chart? Is this something you want to look at? Is this a, I assume it's not. I assume it's actually something that's not on there. But, yeah, that's something I'll have to look at after the stream, Lupus. I didn't know if you want to look at the project chart. Yeah, that's something I'll have to look at. What are you guys saying here? I like the nodes on AVAX. You buy with, they burn the AVAX and you get a node or as many you want to buy. Good passive income. Into nodes for cash. Crypto Kungan is bullish on strong nodes. Yeah, I'll have to look at the nodes off the stream. I'll have to look at them off the stream. First ever market open stream today. That's bananas. Yeah, it's going to be happening Monday through Thursday, man. Monday to Thursday. The coin is high risk, like in Vegas. Oh. Yeah, Monday to Thursday, man. We'll be looking at that. Let's see. Reading comprehension is off. My reading is not really good. I'm usually just reading stuff pretty quickly, and that's why usually if you guys say something, that's inappropriate, I'll usually read it because I don't have any filter and I'll just read it before even comprehending of what's I'm even saying. You know what I mean? That's typically what happens there. I got AVAX for Denise. Denise asked for AVAX. Let's look at some AVAX. These short-term time frames look like kind of poo-poo. Looks like kind of poo-poo here. So it's kind of the same thing as Bitcoin. We had this uptrend of support. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna tie my shoe. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna dump on my shoe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna step on some poo. It looks like AVAX stepped on some poo, right? I mean, look at it. You dumped below the support line. You came back up, back tested, okay? And this looks like just at the moment, just a breakdown. And I will say that it's kind of similar to Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart where we did break down. We haven't quite seen that big move back down yet, right? It could be coming at any point here. I will say this could be coming at any point. And that's why the title today is Bitcoin Gonna Dump Today. A lot of altcoins have this setup where they broke down from certain support levels. So will this just be a bearish back test before continuation down, right? That's going to be ultimately the question here. Let's actually bring up a little fibbies. So yeah, a closed bounce up the 382. In this, all these fibs have pretty significant support at them, right? The 618. The 0.5 has a low, 618 has a low, 786 has a low. So these all have significant support. So I'd be watching these short-term Fibonacci's as far as bounces. But typically with alts, if you're looking for a 618 move for the Bitcoin, you're probably looking at 786 moves for the altcoins. And then that could, if this was to break down just based off the charts, right? If this was to break down, a 786 retracement and a bounce would be good because you would get a higher low, and then you'd also be looking at sort of a W reversal, which we like to see a lot of times for the bottoms. We know that, crypto used to love to do V bottoms, and what I've noticed lately is crypto loves to do W bottoms, right? It loves the W reversal bottoms and not the V bottoms. We've been seeing that so consistently, especially for BTC, right? Loves the W bottoms, right? De-doop, W bottom reversal, right? De-doop, W bottom reversal. I mean, we could go back and look at so many times, especially on the bigger corrections and the bigger dips. Bitcoin loves to do W's, right? De-doop, 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 reversal, right? So it's and this is sort of my thinking of Bitcoin does still go a little bit lower because, I mean, typically we don't see a lot of those just V bottoms, okay? Now you see them on big corrections, right? I'm trying to find a different, even on this March of 2021, you guys can see we had a big dip down, came back up, came back down, and then moved up, right? Even the March of 2020 dip on daily was a W reversal, right? And so that's sort of my thinking here is when Bitcoin does find a bottom, which, you know, we may not be at it yet, but when it does, it's typically a W, right? So let's just pretend that this is the bottom, right? You would still expect it to come back down and test that region before continuing up, even if this was the bottom, just based off past big corrections that we've had for BTC. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to play out that way. You can get V bottoms, but it's typically what we haven't seen in the past. Double bottom right now, though, at 382. Double bottom at the 382 on BTC or the Air AVAX. Yeah, AVAX could. AVAX could. But you're going to need a little momentum here, especially as course with Bitcoin. And where is, I guess it's too early to say on BTC, right? I mean, BTC, what's good about the short-term price action on BTC at the very, very least, even though I don't love this because now you've created some bearish divergence here. You know, you've even created some bearish divergence here on the hourly where you have some lower highs and you have some higher lows, right? I mean, that's classic right there, where you don't want to see on a move back up, right? So you have that bearish div. It's not confirmed yet. I mean, if you close this candle red, man, I don't see this. At least at the moment, I don't see this continuing up, right? And it's very similar to what you had at this level, right? Where you had lower highs, and then you had at the same point, right here, you actually had higher lows, right there, and then it actually caused a move to the downside, right? Same thing that happened there. And I could probably find multiple other examples there, but that's probably not what you want to see. Right? And listen, I'm not loving this. It's only been one candle, but I still think we're coming down, man. I still think we're coming down. My gut is telling me down, and the charts are telling me down. And if they're both gonna say the same thing, that my gut's just not telling me up. My gut's just not telling me up right now. DJ said, when is the first of the rate hikes? March. March. Well, and that's when they'll announce how much it's going to be. Obviously, they don't know how much they're going to do it yet. So March, man. So, and listen, I mean, George has talked about this. Okay, last time there were rate hikes, stocks, I believe, went up for, I believe it was like a year before they started to really come back down. So just, there's a common misconception of the rate hikes going up and crypto and stocks having to go down. It's not necessarily true in the short term. There's also the fact that, a lot of this stuff could already be priced in. Like, we've known this stuff is coming for months, right? So a lot of this rate hike stuff, and really everything, right? A lot of this FUD that's came out, we've known about this for months. So a lot of it might already be priced in, right? That's just my thinking too. As far as, it doesn't mean we're going to rally, but it might mean that, we could be ranging for a little bit instead of like really dumping. I don't think people are started thinking, oh, the rate hikes are going to come and we're just going to dump down to 20K, right? I think it more so could mean it's already priced in and we could just be ranging between, I could see Bitcoin ranging between 40 and, I would say more so 25K. 40 and 25K for a significant amount of time. And I know that's not fun. I know that kind of sucks, but I could realistically see that, where come back down, we maybe come back up, and we sort of just range here for a while again, right? Maybe we get a quick move to 25K. That sets the big capitulation, and then we come back up, and then we sort of try to make it from there. I could see something along those lines playing out if I was a bettor's guess. And I know that's not what we want to see. That's the most boring outcome ever. is this sort of price action here. But I think this could be a realistic scenario, right? Something along these lines. I know it's similar to the summertime, but that's what would make the most sense to me as far as a macro structure. I just don't see the scenario, either of these scenarios, where Bitcoin just pumps up here or Bitcoin just dumps here. Only scenario I see a big pump is if we get some massive news. Only scenario that we dump is, the U.S. is going to war, right? Or aliens are invading Earth, right? That's obviously we need some news catalyst to pump either way. But if we assume that everything remains constant and we don't get any big news either way, negative or positive, I could see ranging here for quite a while, quite a while. Let's see. Biden's going to make Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin legal tender with the executive order tomorrow. God. Imagine that, man. Bitcoin Cash. Imagine that, dude. That would be a crazy scenario. Imagine if that happened. That would be crazy. Imagine if everyone's gotten hyped for Bitcoin this whole time, okay? And everyone's gotten hyped this whole time, and the U.S. says we're adopting Bitcoin Cash as legal tender. Imagine that. That would be nuts. Or even Litecoin. We're adopting Litecoin just to be different. We're adopting Litecoin as legal tender, and then it just goes massive. It just goes absolutely nuts. And while Bitcoin dumps and Litecoin it does like a 20x in like 2 weeks. That would be hilarious, bro. I that would be the biggest meme on my channel if that happened. Holy moly. I could see the US doing something like that too. Obviously this is just a joke, but I could certainly see the US just trying to be different and doing something like that at the end of the day. That would be nuts. I would be so pissed. All that time crapping on Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Michael Salvador said, "Can we take a gander at KNC USD?" Absolutely, we can take a look at KNC USD. Absolutely, my friend. KNC USD. Okay. Holy majoli. Well, I guess it's not really a holy majoli moment yet, but getting pretty close to a holy majoli moment. All the Litecoin holders would be like, whoop-dee. Yep. Litecoin would be nuts. Oh, man. But anyways, KNC's getting a pretty nice move up here. Not too shabby, I would say. If we look at this, I think we looked at this a while ago. It's really just breaking this on a close, right? It's really breaking 232 on a close because we've had these type of moves in the past where KNC does come up to this level. And we've kind of sort of said that KNC is just in one big range. And it's been in a range since May, right? Up-diddy, down-diddy, up-diddy, down-diddy, up-diddy, down-diddy, up-diddy, down-diddy, up-diddy, down-diddy. Okay? I mean, it's really been in a range. So, yes, it's moving up right now. Typically, when it has this move up, you do come up and at least test 232. So, I mean, listen, if I'm just looking at it from this instance, you would assume that you would get a move at least back up another 15% just based off previous results. Okay? Just based off previous results. Whoa! Hold up. We're unplugged for a second. There we go. There we go. The boys are back in town. But you would assume that you get at least move up to another 15%. Daily RSI is getting up there. So I could just see the scenario where you come up to this level again and just come back down. I could definitely see that scenario. So keep that in mind. Just a big range. This is actually a pretty good range to trade. I mean, if you bought the bottoms and sold the tops here, you probably made a significant amount of money. If you really just, just consistently bought the tops and bought the bottoms, or sold the tops, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good return there. I will say. Bitcoin's trying to do something. Come on, Bitcoin. You want a laptop? Yeah, I'm on a laptop right now. I moved everything to my laptop just so everything's more mobile. Because here's the thing with my streams, guys. A lot of people just have really simple streams. I got like freaking 1,000 different sources on my stream. So it's tough to kind of switch between desktop and laptop. So I just stream off the laptop now. Unplug the vibrating pickle. Yep. Unplug the vibrating pickle. Come on, BTC. Do something, bro. I'm assuming the stocks are going up. A little bit. Stocks are going up a little bit. BTC's trying to move back up here. Come on, BTC. Do something, bro. You actually might be breaking that bearish div. If you can get a little bit higher here in the close, that bearish divergence on the hourly might be nullified. I'm sure the 4 hours creating something. Not yet. Not yet on the 4 hour time frame. But, yeah, man. See if Bitcoin can do something here. Oh, you got sources now? I got sources. I got 1,000 sources. All my sources. I haven't seen Ken in a while. Ken and Karen broke up, so that's why you haven't seen him. Let's see. Strap up, we're going to the moon, said Real PC Benchmark. Strap up, we're going to the moon. At some point, patience wins. As we always say, guys, patience in this market wins. We will consistently have patience, right? And if you have patience, we will prevail. I'm telling you right now, guys. The patient will prevail in this market. We might get laughed at now. We might get spit on. They might be spitting on our chest. They might be consistently spitting on our chest. But the patient will prevail in this market. Why is this? There we go. The patient will prevail. Have patience, man. Have patience. It might take longer than we thought, man. Listen, I'm going to be honest. It might take longer than we thought. But we will have the last laugh. And all the trolls and all the bears right now that are super excited and jerking off, I'm telling you right now, they will be crying, okay? They will be crying when the prices go back up. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you. It might not seem like it right now. It might not seem realistic, but this will be them, okay? This will be them when the prices start going up, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. Come on, man. Why didn't I buy the dip? I'm always too scared to buy the dip. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. Why didn't I buy the dip? Why didn't I listen to George? Why didn't I listen to Jordan? Why didn't I buy low and hold? Come on, man. Oh, man. Look at the beard. It looked like Irish. The beard looks so red. No, but in all honesty, that's what I'm looking at there. Feel like we need 42K by week close somehow. Yeah, man, we need to get back above. Where's my chart here? We need to get back above. It's 40.5 for me, man. These previous swing lows, we got to break that level. Until we do, I mean, we're just in a range. We're just in a freaking range. I hate ranges. Bitcoin loves doing this lately, man. Building a range, dropping. Right here. Like building a range, dropping. Building a range, dropping. Building a range. Hopefully we don't do it again. Okay, I mean, we can continue up here. I mean, building a range, dropping. You can even say this is building a range, dropping. It's like a perfect stare, you know? 1 stare, 2 stare, 3 stare. It's pretty nice, actually. Oh, it's not nice for the bulls. But you gotta hope this is not gonna be the same thing. Building a range, dropping. At some point, you got to assume that the pattern is not gonna work. I mean, listen, it's gonna do the same thing over and over and over again. And my argument to that earlier was it can, right? When Bitcoin's bullish, it does the same thing, up only. Okay, who's to say that it can't go down only? Okay. I mean, that's sort of my thought process there. So, it's Bitcoin. And it's so unpredictable. No one knows what's going to happen in the short term, man. It's so unpredictable. You just got to be here for the ride. That's all. That's what I'm doing. What's going on, Corey? Corey became a member. What's going on, Corey? Corey, everyone shout out Corey. Let's go, Corey. Let's go, Corey. Whoa. Oh, man. All right, fourth. Oh! Look at fourth, man. Did we look at this yesterday? Ample fourth. Last 2 days, this bad boy is up 138 at one point, but now up 103%. So pretty good move for fourth. Will this continue is thy question, as always. Right? As always, that is thy question. The question. Pretty big move. Daily's getting a little bit up there. I'm assuming the 4 hour shot. Yeah. This is going to have a pullback short term. I mean, the 4 hour RSI is went up to a 91, right? This is going to have a pullback. The most logical area, this will probably pull back to, maybe not today, but over the course of the next couple of days, I can see this pulling back to 864, back testing the previous high as support, and then hoping that you continue to hold that as support going forward, right? But that's a pretty nice move in my personal opinion. I mean, that's not my personal opinion. I think anyone
Rant alert.
would take that move right now, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I mean, 864 most likely coming there, and then you got to decide if it wants to continue. But I mean, listen, and this thing's a little bit shot on the shorter term time frames here, and even the daily. I mean, it's a little bit shot here. So keep that in mind. But nice move, nice move for fourth. Let's see if it can continue momentum there. Draw a line from 129 peak to recent low on 1 hour BTC. Draw a line from 129 peak to recent low on 1 hour BTC. Wait, hold on, Shane. I gotta read this again. Draw. Sometimes, guys, I have a problem sometimes. Sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, dude, I gotta read this like 20 times. I literally have to read this like 20 times to make sure I understand. It's bad. From 129 peak to recent low. All right. 129 peak. I assume that is 129 peak. Okay. So we're talking about this level right here. Down to, what is it? To recent low. Okay. Something like this. All right. I see the trend line. I'm all about trend lines. You guys know I love me some trend lines. But yeah, I can see it. I mean, previous low, previous high, previous low, previous low. So that's an interesting trend line. Now, what I will say is, I mean, not to be a tuku cuckoo, okay? Whatever a tuku cuckoo is. Not to be a tuku cuckoo. But we see these a lot. You have one right here that held. That one held initially. But you know what this reminds me of right here? This reminds me of, where's the price action we had that reminds me of? That actually reminds me right here. I believe it was right here. Yeah, this one. This reminds me of this. All right? Where you had a previous swing resistance turn into support multiple times, just slowly coming down, and ultimately just cracking it. Okay? Ultimately just cracking it. Now, obviously, I'd say if it was to follow this, we'd probably be somewhere right here right now. Somewhere in this range. It actually reminds me, dude, is this like the same price action? Holy moly. This is literally the same price action, man. Up to a certain point, it is the same price action. Obviously, it's a little bit different, but kind of reminds me of that. You know, we see this a lot, but, you know, obviously, let's see if we can get a little bit more momentum, but I can see the trend line for now. I can see it for now, I will say that. See you, VZH. Have a good one, man. Well, back to making eye contact with you while I eat my breakfast. Listen, I mean, the stream. I mean, listen. We're probably gonna end this soon because I know BitBoy's going live coming up, and now everyone wants to watch BitBoy stream, including me. I'm a guys. I'll tell you right now. I do like BitBoy stream. Stop hating on him, man. He asked for it himself. I will say he asked for it. Okay, he asked to get hate, but I know he's coming up in 5 minutes. I want to go watch his stream, so make sure you guys go head over there. Very, very misunderstood fella, okay? I'll catch you guys later, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys are there for our regular scheduled programming. See you guys later. All right? Peace out, guys.